Hello everybody, Adam Thompson, the serial photog, back with you here on the trail, Red River Gorge. But this is not going to be a typical hiking vlog type thing. Oh no. Instead, this is going to be my sort of beginning of 2017 channel update. Not just channel update, but just sort of serial photog update. Sure, we'll go with that. So I just wanted to kind of talk about, being that we are now in 2017, today is January 3rd, talk about what I want to accomplish for the coming year. So number one, which pertains to this channel, is continue to build and grow this channel. Been getting better about trying to come up with ideas for it. You haven't seen it yet, but I have been developing a sort of mental list of videos I want to do. This one was included in that. And also, by the way, shameless self-promotion here. This weekend, I am leaving to go do a big trip, which I'll do a video on, so that should be pretty cool. And it's not to Red River Gorge, so it'll be somewhere new, which is cool. But yeah, I just want to keep building this channel, keep making videos, and keep upping the quality of these videos. Speaking of which, you will hopefully notice an improvement in audio. I'm not just using the camera's onboard audio. At least I hope I'm not in this video unless something went wrong. I have a lavalier mic now. So I'm actually recording the audio separate from the video. Goal number two, probably not very surprising for you. I want to continue to work on and improve my photography. I mean, I am called the serial photog after all. And that's something I did all through last year. Something I've done ever since I picked up a camera. The more you do it, the more you improve, as a general rule. But yeah, I just want to keep doing that. I'm really happy with the progress I made with my photography in 2016. I took some images I really like. In fact, I did a post on my blog about, I think it was my 5 favorite images from 2016. So I'll link that below. Going back to the YouTube thing, I want to do more photography content for the channel. I say more, I really haven't done any, have I? Except for, sorry, I gotta kind of watch my footing here. It's very slippery, it's very wet out. But I haven't really done much photography content, with the exception of maybe the little tidbits in my vlogs. And I guess you could say that my previous video was basically a photography video, even though I really didn't get into any specifics about the photography itself. That's something I want to improve upon in my vlogs, is actually kind of walk you through my process a little bit more, because I find that helpful. For example, people like Thomas Heaton, which if you don't know who is and you're into photography and outdoors and stuff, you must be living under a rock, but I'll link him in the description just in case. He tends to kind of explain his thought process, and I find that very helpful. Next up, improve and expand my blog. So my blog, you may not even realize I have one. It's serialphotog.com. That is both my blog and my sort of portfolio of work. It's always linked down below. So my blog, that's something that has been neglected since I had started it. Yeah, no real other way around it. I've just neglected it. So right before Christmas, I completely annihilated my blog, deleted it, and rebuilt it from the ground up. I archived some of the old posts on it, but for the most part, redone from the ground up, completely fresh server and everything. So my goal is to be a more responsible blogger. And I don't want to just have blog posts go along with the videos. I want that too. My goal is for each trip video I do to also have a relevant blog post with a little bit more about it in case you want to go actually read something. But I also want content that's a little more exclusive to the blog. So that's something I plan to work on. I got a few ideas there. Then my final goal, that was in my 5 goals for 2017 article, is just get out and adventure more. And well, it's pretty straightforward. I just want to get out and go on more adventures. They don't even necessarily need to be big backpacking trips, although I do want to do more backpacking this year. That's one of my goals. I did almost none last year, so look forward to that. I got some plans, but yeah, just adventures in general, even if it's like today, just getting out here and walking. And behind me there, you can see the wonderful Gray's Arch. But even if it's just getting out and doing a fairly straightforward little hike here, you know, even just a state park, just get on hike more, or adventure in general. It doesn't necessarily need to be hiking. But to go along with that, I set a little personal challenge for myself, and that is to hike 500 miles, at least 500 miles total through the year of 2017. I set up a little tracking page to track my progress on my website. I'll link that down below. All kinds of links down below today. But yeah, this trip will definitely be helping with that. So this will actually be my first hike of the year. All right, so let me just go ahead and apologize now if this video is all over the place. It's not really well thought out in advance. I wasn't planning on recording it today. Sort of a spur of the moment thing. So those were my big goals I wanted to focus on. So now I want to give you sort of a sneak peek into what I'm thinking for the coming year. Some of the content I'm thinking. So for the blog, one of the things I want to do are book reviews. These will be kind of random, just depending on what I read. I used to read constantly, and then just last year or two kind of fell off on how much I actually read. So I'm hoping doing book reviews will help give me a reason to continue reading. I don't intend to do videos about them, but just blog posts. So as far as videos, that's probably what's more relevant to you guys, right? If you're watching this. So I have a few video ideas I'm thinking. So number one, standard trip vlogs. That's sort of what you've come to know from this channel. It's basically all I've done, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 videos. So I'm going to do more of those, of course. Backpacking. I think I already said one of my goals is to get out and do more backpacking this year. And I got some ideas for some trips. So hopefully we can look forward to that. Now, let's get into content that's a little bit different though. That's all sort of the standard stuff, right? So I said I wanted to kind of gear more towards photography and video as well. Or not gear more towards it, but have some segments about it, right? I gotta take my hat off, I'm getting a little hot. Probably from rambling nonstop here, right? But I wanna have more of that content. I don't want that to be necessarily the main focus of the channel. I want it to be kind of a shared focus between photography, video, and hiking, adventure type stuff. But I do want to do more of that content. So some of the ideas I had is, number one, maybe a video or 2 of my workflow in Lightroom. And kind of specifically what I'm thinking of that is I could pick a couple of my images and start from the out of the camera raw file and show you kind of how I process them. I wouldn't mind doing a beginner series on Adobe Premiere Pro. Nothing too crazy with it, but like a Premiere Pro 101 type of course. I think that could be an interesting course, and I think it could be useful for anybody that might want to do their own videos. Additionally, I was thinking maybe a photography 101 series. This one's a little more of a rough idea. I'm actually thinking it might be maybe I don't know. It'll either be 2 separate series or 1 series, I'm not sure yet, that kind of talks about the basics of composition as well as the basics of exposure. How to get the correct exposure and how to you know, make use of basically your exposure triangle of aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. But yeah, just kind of some introductory things. And then in addition to that, going back to hiking and adventure, maybe doing, I don't know, like a beginner backpacking series where I could talk about stuff like, you know, how to properly fit a backpack, how to properly pack a backpack, how to hang a bear bag, and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. If you have any thoughts on any of that, let me know. Give me your feedback, and I'll certainly take it into consideration. All right, so we're almost at the end of the randomly 2017 update video. Just 2 more things I want to touch on. Yeah, just 2, I think. So one more goal I just thought of, which is better leverage my social media, which is something I've already started working on, specifically in regards to the Serial Photog Facebook page, which, by the way, all my social media is always linked down below, so do follow me. Up till now, my Facebook has been very much like my blog, neglected in a ghost town. Been working on improving that, and I want to kind of do that across the board with, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and even Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, I never use it, so maybe I can start doing some sort of, I don't know, bonus behind the scenes things on Snapchat or something. It's Serial Photog on there too, by the way. Everything's Serial Photog. Even my Facebook page, if you were familiar with it before, it used to be the Serial Photog. I don't know why I had it as that. I fixed it. It is now just facebook.com/Serial Photog. One more thing, then I'll shut up. If you made this part of this rambly video, maybe leave a like and let me know that you actually watched this far. But the last thing is, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has so far subscribed and helped support my channel. I think we're up to 76 subscribers or something like that. Most of which, by the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned this in video, but most of those came here from a shout out I was given quite a while ago now from that hiking guy. I'll link his channel down below in the description, but as I said, most of my subscribers came from him, so you're probably already familiar with them. I don't know if I ever actually said thank you for that, but thank you, that hiking guy, for the shout out. Only several months late, but better late than never, right? Anyway, I think that is all I have to ramble about on this hike. I'm going to continue hiking, getting my legs nice and conditioned for this upcoming trip, which should hopefully result in an awesome video. But with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want more, maybe leave a like, leave your suggestions down below. I'm always open for suggestions. And maybe check me out on the rest of my social media accounts. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.